Welcome to My Honest View Reviews. Straight to the point, no nonsense. This has all been paid for with my own money. As you can see, safety first. There's no mag. Clear, flagged. Today we are on part 5 of our PSA AR-V project series, and we are moving on to the target acquisition. We are mounting a Sig Sauer Romeo5 Green Dot Sight to our top rail. We are going to go over installation of a fresh Panasonic CR2032 battery, mounting the Optic to the correct torque specifications, and looking at how it aligns with our Magpul and Bus 3 iron sights for a clean absolute co-witness. Let's get right to it. All right, so we have the Sig Romeo. Comes with a nice little cloth for cleaning the lens. You're going to get a low base, which I do not need that one. I want it to be co-witness, which means I want my green dot to actually be perfectly aligned with the tip of my front sight. That way, if the ever loses power, I don't have to worry about it. I'm still dead center. So they give you nice little tools for the battery, for the torque screws that mount the base, and this is for the torque screw that mounts it to the Picatinny. I already have one in mind. As you can see, here is our mount. It's already in. Now, since the factory already did it for us, these are already locked down to the proper torque. Torque on these are supposed to be 22 inch-pounds. Both bases are going to be 65 pounds. So we will be hitting 65 pounds on that. First thing I want to do is I want to take it off. They do mention that this is supposed to be 10 inch-pounds. It's kind of a pain because I don't have a screwdriver that works for that, and most of us aren't going to be carrying around a torque wrench when we change it anyway. When you pull it off, there is usually a little bitty plastic piece. You want to peel it off. Make sure that you don't have anything stopping the power from going through. I'm going to put in a brand new one just to make sure that it hadn't been sitting for too long and that power had worn out on that one. I definitely don't want it to be dying on me in a week or two. All right. So before we mount the Optic, we always make sure the battery is good. We have a new one in there. I'm throwing in the fresh one. Always make sure that your installation has the plus facing outward, and you want to screw it down snugly, and you want to verify that we get it locked to the rail. Green dot is incredibly sharp, especially if you're like me, where I'm a little bit older, and you know what? I don't see as well as I used to. So having that green dot really makes it stand out better for me. All right, so we're going to be placing that right about that spec there. So we're going to get onto it. We're going to get this thing mounted. All right. Now, if I'm mounting it on, as you can see, I've already placed it. I want it to be behind the separation point. You never want to try and overlap your separation points in any way. It's always best to probably keep it on the back receiver. So I'm going to put it right here. This is where I want it to really be. All right, we are locked down, ready to go. So the next step is going to be getting this sucker lined up, turned on, and make sure everything's working right. Now that the Optic is torqued down, let us see about co-witness. So we left this with the factory standard high mount that comes in the box with the Romeo5. It lines up perfectly for what everybody calls co-witness. When you flip up your front sights, you end up with the green dot should be right above there. It's a great way of, if your sights are already aligned 100% and you're on target, if you get that green dot onto there, you're pretty much good to go. So as you can see, there's my little green dot. So what we're checking for is just to seeing if we're lined up, and we have co-witness. So by the looks of it, we're a little bit up and over. So we're going to make some adjustments, and we're going to get this to be on target. I'm going to do that adjustment off camera a little bit easier. All right, we are locked on. We are on target. We have our green dot lined up. That means that we should be at least really close to 0 later on in the series when we go back to the range to test out the gun itself and to make sure we're zeroed out. In our next video, we will handle low light capability by mounting our Streamlight weapon light. We're going to be routing it with a remote switch and showing you a pro cable management setup on a short 8-inch rail. Don't forget that because of platform safety rules, the hands-on tool work had to be trimmed for certain channels. If you want to see the raw, unedited workbench footage showing the full cross-bolt torquing process side by side, step by step, check out my Honest View reviews on Rumble. See you next time.